Oh my goodness! Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
I can.
Wonderful. This was incredibly spontaneous, just jumping in. I'm doing random junk in my basement and felt like talking to someone. So hello.
Well, good. We're glad you're here, man.
I'm glad to see you all guys.
Good to see you too. I guess you and Matt were at Bricks Rodeo together, right? Were you at Bricks Rodeo, Matt? No. I mean,
me and Steve were.
Oh, that's right. All right. So we have two Matts in here. The show's over. I'm done. I
can't do Matt, this. How are you feeling? I'm sorry, just kind of jumping in and not knowing like what's up. Are you doing all right?
I'm improved.
Okay.
So I'll just start for people that aren't necessarily connect with me in social media. So I got an infection in my foot, and it got kind of deep. It reached the bone. It actually has reached the tip of the big toe bone, and I was beginning to get potential sepsis in my bloodstream. So I went into the hospital on Friday after over-the-counter antibiotics weren't not over-the-counter, but like just regular entry-level antibiotics were not enough. And I've been in here for 4 days. I'm going to get out tomorrow. They got a lot of the big drama contained. The infection seems to be shrinking, and but I'm going to have a port, not like Elon Musk wants to put a chip in your brain, but I'm going to have like a port into my body, like cancer patients sometimes get, but mine's going to be for antibiotics. So I'll be taking antibiotics for 6 weeks, and then hopefully that'll wipe out the rest of the infection, and I'll get to keep my big toe. That's always that was the goal. So
the big piggy, keeping the big piggy.
You need a big toe. Yeah, it's necessary.
I can still kick y'all in the butt if necessary. And I still plan to go to Toronto in mid-November, but I may have to very carefully limit my walking because I'll be on orders to reduce how much time I spend on that toe. So maybe I can get Jeff to like give me a wheelchair and push me around and I can look at the box.
There's lots of stairs there. I'll gladly push you around. Oh wait, no.
Oh, this is where I need that gif that they always played on Conan O'Brien when what's his face was on there, the kid going down the cliff in the wheelchair. That would have been.
So the upside of this, you might not think there's any upside, but I am under doctor's orders to sit on my butt and not move around a lot, which I turned to Thomas and I said, well, I guess I can't clean the house, so I'm just going to have to build a lot of Lego in the next couple of years.
Doctor's orders.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Hey, I have doctor's orders to eat cheeseburgers every day because I needed the iron in the beef one time, and like, yes. Like you write that as a permanent life prescription, 2 cheeseburgers a day,
like on the pad.
Fill your prescription at McDonald's.
Yeah.
That's right. The wheelchair from Mac and Me. That's it. That's the gift I was looking for. Yeah.
I did not have to use the porta chair, thankfully. So.
Yeah. Right. There are lots of well wishers for you to get better. We do hope you get better, man. And
so, shout out to 2 of our Peach Lug members stopped by and visited me, and very kind to them. And honestly, they weren't necessarily the people that I spend the most time with in terms of like doing stuff or building. But so I was touched that they took time out to do that, and a couple of my hockey friends stopped by as well. So you will all. I will offer to read this, but one of my hockey friends stopped by 2 days ago, and they were worried I would get bored, so they got me cat jokes versus dad jokes. So I'll pick one out, and by the end of the show, I'll read you one. And then everybody.
Dog jokes, not dad jokes.
Everybody needs the book of useless information, and they brought me gel pens and coloring book, and so I've been hard at work. Show you my non-Lego artistic skills here. I'm trying to stay in the lines. Very third grader of me, and they brought me a little baby Yoda thing as a token of may the force be with you. So that was really cute.
Good. By the way, this is the one there. There it is. Added to the show, the magic. There it is, right there.
Is that supposed to be like Gollum?
Oh, the little dude.
That's Mac.
It's Mac from Mac and Me, a terrible movie.
I've never seen it.
Yeah. Anyway, well, Manicus, it's been a minute since you've hung out with us. What's going on, Manicus?
It is. What? Man, what isn't going on? Lots of little projects that I've been working on. Actually, tonight, yesterday, I wasn't really planning on it. Just happened to accidentally be at the mall on release day, and I bought a bunch of these because I wanted some extras for, lots of great potential customs in there. What else is going on? Oh, I built this dream set the other day. Wonderful, provided by the Lego Ambassador Network. And all that stuff.
Oh, that's right. We have to be good. We have an ambassador on. Oh, okay. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. The quick hot minute before I jumped into the stream, because I opened my laptop, by the way, to do something completely unrelated, and then it happened to be in my email, and I saw your email, Chris. And usually I end up seeing your emails like the next day or whatever, and I'm always like, if I have a chance, I'll pop on, even if I only have a few minutes. But I was like, oh, let's make sure there's nothing embargoed back there. I think we're fine.
Okay, there's nobody watching. It's fine.
You never know. They got eyes everywhere. We got Legend of Zelda is up there, but we're good on that. But that's kind of it. I've just had projects that I've been working on. I don't know if anybody saw. I shared, I think last week or the week before. I don't know. I was building a landscape around my A-frame cabin as a pick-a-brick support program upgrade. So I'm still working on that. I'd like to do that this week, but I don't know. That's pretty much it. I was just going to open up some Dreams packs or Dungeons and Dragons minifigures and then start taking apart things because we're getting a little bit crowded down here and I need parts for Mox.
Okay, can I that's a question I want to ask. So, I mean, I know there's people who love to spend their internet critiquing ambassadors and all that kind of stuff, and that you have to be pretty or all this kind of stuff. Which, thank you for proving that wrong. Anyway, no, I'm sorry. That's I should have said. Anyway, so
Completely agree.
But does it get to a point? I mean, I know they send you lots of stuff. I know you can limit that or get what you want. Does it start to fill you up though? Does it start to like, what do I do with this?
Yeah, it does. You get to a point, and I'm actually less than a year into the program, and I'm already almost there. Where you're very grateful for everything that you're offered, and you do kind of have to just say no at a certain point. But it gets difficult when it's like, well, okay, I'm gonna accept this thing that just came in because it sounds really cool, but then something else comes the next day, and you're like, wait, I really got to do this. Then next week, maybe something else will come in, and you're like, wait, this is also something I really wanted, and it's like I wanted to say no to some stuff, but what do you say no to? So I have had to say no to some things where it's just been like, timing's not good. I know that this is just going to be, I'll make a quick video and then never think about this thing again. So yeah, you do get a lot, but honestly, like if you're a mock builder, and I mean, you guys know, like building mocks, you can never have too many parts. The issue ends up being, when do you have time to take it apart and actually sort it? And then, it's because I'm staring at some things that are sitting on my desk over there, which I'm probably going to grab something and just start like piecing it apart. But it's like, I'm just going to put this aside because I know I need to take it apart properly, but like I need to build something else and there's just not time. So that's the time management really for me is the biggest thing.
Gotcha. I mean, because this is not your regular 9-to-5 job. So, so you're hobbying for Lego and everything. But I think, and I don't know if we've spoken. Congratulations on being an ambassador.
Thank you.
I think you're a great ambassador.
I appreciate that.
I'm all in for you guys and you ladies doing all that. Shot time. What's up? What's up?
Oh, Sai. Yeah. You do have to say no. You can't just assume that you've said no. Yeah.
Is it like, except it's much more better than the Columbia CD Club, where if you don't send the card back, they send you the CD and you have to pay. Your mom has to pay $15 and because you forgot and all that kind of stuff. And I swear one day they're coming after me because I think I forgot once and everything. So,
Chris, I was born in 1994. I don't know about.
I was gonna say, doesn't even know that reference.
No, I have heard of it. I don't know the ins and outs, but it probably is kind of like that. Yeah, where you're right. It's kind of like an auto. It does feel like an auto subscription sometimes, where it's just like this is coming in, and if you're like not checking your email and you're not up to date on things, something could just show up on your door one day and you're not aware.
Yeah. I almost removed him for that comment, but he hasn't been here in a minute. So
yep.
Yeah, I did. I did Ages All. I have an Eddie Money CD, and I kept it. I still
That's
have it
awesome.
to this day. I can't stand Eddie Money, but I got that CD by accident.
I feel embarrassed by proxy right now.
Look,
Oh my gosh, he's talking about Columbia House again.
Yeah, we used to get. Sure, Grandpa. Let's get some milk in you and put you to bed. So, but I do remember. I did it one time for cassettes, and then I did it again for CDs.
What's a cassette?
Yeah.
I know what that is.
Tape deck. Sorry.
Did I flake out? I flake out.
You did flake.
You did. You were frozen. It was a little bit.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's like you're on dial-up.
It's okay. We say jokes about it.
All right, let's go. Let's check on Jeff. How are you, Jeff?
I'm good. I did some rearranging. You're used to this view, and now you get the view of all the crap behind me that I haven't had a chance to clean yet. Which was my view years ago.
It's so messy. Oh my gosh.
Well, no, I mean there's just stuff behind me. Anyway, no, I needed a bigger table to work on, so I switched. I have an L-shaped desk, which this is the back end of it here. That used to be on this side, so I just kind of rotated the desk and moved this guy over here because this can hold a couple of 48 base plates by 4 or 5 down. So it's just a lot easier to do work on. So, and that being said, Chris, I'm going to share something quickly.
Oh yeah.
Because I can't actually show you what I've been working on. Should be there. I've been working on I've done some green space for my castle. I'm working on some green space for my castle, which I've got kind of set up here. Ignore the stuff at the end. Again, moving stuff around. I've got a pile of Lego everywhere. But I've been working on trying to plan it. So I've added basically this whole section here. It's like a 48 and a 32 base plate in width. And I'm just playing with, basically drawing on some of the different features that I might add into this farmland area, like, farm and water and stuff. So try to pre-plan. I've actually run out of green brick and plate. That's why this over here is all white. So it's like, well, I have to put pathways down and everything. So that'll basically hopefully get me the brick I need. So yeah, I'm just kind of playing in my head with how to structure my farm areas and stuff. And there is still another base plate beyond this path. I just, again, tractors and vehicles there, so I didn't.
Well, I was going to say, do you have the tractors there on purpose to kind of get you in the mood that you're doing landscaping and you've got farm equipment there and heavy loaders?
I'm not sure if those tractors are time or period appropriate.
Well, yeah, they did have John Deere's, but they were actually Deere's named John. No, I don't know.
Oh, you should throw that in the joke. You should have a deer with John written on it and pull into something that would be hilarious.
Oh, that would. Yeah, I guess there's a reindeer. We don't actually have a Lego deer yet, do we? Unless you go with the Friends ones.
Yeah, I guess
the reindeer's a deer. It's a buck. It's got the antlers.
Oh, there's Bambi.
Oh, there's Bambi also.
And did Bambi and Dumbo come out?
What about Sven from Frozen? It's like a moose.
Yeah.
No, he's actually a reindeer.
Or an elk.
Yeah.
Is he a reindeer?
I believe he's canonically a reindeer.
Anyway.
Reindeers are better than people. Something like that.
He's got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
keep going.
That's all I got.
So yeah, beyond that, beyond that, I built most of that green space in the past couple of weeks. So I got it to where I needed to figure out just some landscaping and stuff, and now I'm trying to figure out how to lay it out and stuff. And I've got a light that's flashing over top of that green space as well, which isn't helping. My fluorescents are going out over there, so something else to deal with. So.
Yeah, well, I had that planet, the little neon planet that I had last time, and I knew ADHD would do it, but I did it. I didn't turn it off, so the batteries are dead. So I knew I was going to do it when I bought it. I'm like, it's battery powered. Anyway, yes, he is. He's much youth and hair. Honestly, because
Well, his hair is all up here. Our
It's-
hair is all right here.
That's
It's
true.
weird.
I have a full head of hair,
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you, and I
Joe,
have no receding hairline.
This
Just
Jeff
saying.
over there, he's got hair.
Yeah, I cannot grow it on the middle of the top of my head, but I can grow it on the top of my ears. So where does that what is that getting me? So
And nose. Don't forget your nose.
nose. What's the best is when you have a mustache and you have a nose hair that goes wild and connects, and that will drive you absolutely batty because you're like, so, all right, Steve, what is up?
Good transition, by the way.
It is.
So I've been reluctantly coming in the Lego room over the weekend. I'm at this awkward point in my mock where I don't have the pieces that I need to build it, but I have to order them, and I'm trying to juggle designing and ordering all at the same time. So I've been trying to like compare the prices between Lego and Bricklink and do all that dance. But I did today. Let me show you. I did make a brown wall, so I've got that going for me. But this is what I got so far. So, prototyping a fire escape, and got a lot of windows on this bad boy. This thing is like bigger than a base plate. It's like 34 by 34. So yeah.
I like the color mix.
Yeah, and like the other thing is like the colors aren't what they're going to be either, and trying to figure out like what pieces are even available as I'm designing it. Like the colors that I want to use aren't available. Like I want to use dark green, and dark green is one of those rare colors that comes in all the pieces you don't need. So
Yeah, I call them the accent pieces, not the foundational pieces.
yeah,
Mm.
like it would really like be awesome if the dark green came in like the corner tile pieces. That would help me out a lot. But like even the 2x4 tiles on Bricklink are like really expensive, and they're not available on Lego. So
One of the things I've learned the hard way is that when you go to build buildings and you use more rare colors, like lime green, a lot of bricks, like 1x2 bricks,
Mm-hmm.
but the number of plates that come in lime green is really scarce. You know, there's just not very many sets because they tend to use those to like lock things down, lock them in place. So I've kind of learned, like if I'm placing a Bricklink order, sometimes I'll click over on like some weird colors and just order plates if they have them in there in 1x or 2x, because most stores don't have very many. So I'll like clean them out sometimes. I mean, they may only have like 10 of something. I'll just like click over so that if I ever do build, like you were saying, like you need dark green, and the plates are probably really hard to get in a lot of those colors.
Even green 2x brick, like regular earth green or regular green. I couldn't find any store that had quantity in North America when I was trying to figure out how to get more brick. So
yeah, I'm well aware about lime green too, because I just built a whole mock with a bunch of it. So
yeah. And Steve, when you said you were looking for green on bricks and pieces, you're using the earth green,
yep,
which is dark. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that always confuses me too.
I'm having to default to the regular green. I forgot what the Lego name of it's called. Dark green, I think, is
Green, yeah.
the Lego color.
What always confuses me is that bright green. Well, this to me is bright green, but that's bright green is just regular green.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
Pick a brick. I think
Yeah,
it's
Bright green?
I think they call it bright green, but it's just like regular green. Like
No,
this
I think earth green is dark green, and I was just looking it up like
earth
literally.
green is dark green.
There's like
sand green.
and there's like old school green, and then there's just that slightly lighter version, you know, which has its own name. But
Yeah, green is dark green.
Yeah, I think that's bright green.
That's
To me, it's bright green, but I don't think it's bright green on Pick a Brick.
yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
This color right here is.
We have to know.
This is dark green.
Yep.
And it sucks because like these lampposts that I got in here, they don't come in any other color green. So I wanted to have like the lampposts and the awning and this thing all be dark Bricklink dark green. And
do you need more dark green lampposts?
I'm looking for two. I only need two, so I'm just.
I have them. So because we did a bulk lug, and so I think somebody put that on the order sheet. I have like 25 of them. So if you need two, I can hook you up. So
That's. I mean, I have it on my Bricklink wish list, and I'm just like, when I finally get a store that has them, I'll just throw them on there.
You all know what the best screen is?
The best green?
The best screen.
Sand green.
No.
pale yellowish green.
That one is really good, but no. It's also just my best screen. This isn't the best screen. It's just what I think is the best screen.
Or olive green?
Sand green?
Medium green.
Medium green.
Medium green. Do I have any medium green at an arm's reach? Hold on. I do.
You know, this should be like a Lego convention game where they'll hold up a part or they'll say, you know, yep.
It's lovely.
Is that like seafoam green or whatever?
Looks like
Nope, that one that you're thinking of, which sometimes is called seafoam green, is this one. Or light green, as I call it. I don't know. How about this one? Do you know what this one is?
They all look faded, like they've been sitting in the sun for a month.
It's probably the lighting.
Binkwell says Paradisia
green.
This is okay, so it's the lighting in my basement. This is the Paradisa green. This, I think this is called light lime. Let me double check.
That sounds like a menu item at a fancy restaurant.
I would like the light lime. Yellow? No, hold on. Lime, Fabuland lime, light lime. It is light lime. Included in some number, 20 parts. This one specifically was in one set. It is set number 5964 Thumbelina from the Belleville line from 2005. One of those just weird colors. And then you can see it compared to, this is lime, like contemporary lime green. So light lime, regular lime.
I think of modern lime as like jungle green, like the kind of bright. You'd see a lot of tropical plants.
Sorry, I ran away for a moment there. I looked up at my light that was flickering, and I actually saw like flame type coloring inside the actual cylinder. The what do you call those tubes? The tube light. I can't think of
fluorescence.
Yeah, inside the fluorescent, and I was like, is that coming from inside the tube, or is that actually from the electrical portion? So
that would have been very good TV, but bad for you.
Yeah, well, I quickly shut the light off and changed the bulb, so it's good now.
Burn your house down, Jeff.
Yeah, not something I want to happen. So.
A burning Canadian running off the screen, is always hilarious.
Our possible moment of viralness just went away because it'd be like, watch this man's Lego room, start to melt down while he doesn't see it in the background.
Watch the guy start to melt down as his Lego room starts to melt down.
Yeah.
Yikes. By the way, I went, my wife needed to buy a birthday present for one of her students at school. So I went out to a local Dollar Tree because it was just the closest thing, or Dollar General, right? And it's like 85, 90 degrees outside. And I just pull up. It's really kind of getting late in the afternoon. This was like, it was yesterday. No, it was Thursday. That's what it was. It was Friday. Anyway, I go running in there to grab, and I was going to, but I walked in, and the temperature inside the Dollar General was the same as this temperature outside. Their air conditioner wasn't running. It was awful, and I got out there as quick as I could. But as I'm standing in line, I look over at the candy bars, and they're all bent. Like they are bending over, melted. It was awesome. I almost bought one just because that was hilarious. Just splat that thing on the counter. I'll take that.
When you say whack that thing on the counter, what probably would just when it's splattered, right? So,
that's right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Matt, I know you're in the hospital. You got some Lego news to share?
I started on the middle section of the bar door, but I did have I don't really have a lot other than I know that Pink Wheels is watching. When I was bored at like 3 a.m, I did go through some of the inspiration stuff for New Hashima, and I did start to at least think about mentally what I want to build when I get home. So that's pretty much
cool. Cool. So did anybody go for I guess yesterday for set release? There wasn't a lot being released except for Dungeons and Dragons, right? So
no. Here, Ambassador knows what was released.
Oh, it's Ambassador time.
So like I said, I accidentally went. My fiance and I were kind of bored, went out for lunch, and we were like, oh, let's just go to the mall. And while I was there, I was like, oh, I guess it's a release day, so let's go get some of those. I already have the set of Dungeons and Dragons figs, but I wanted to get like my spares of by the way, I'm just holding these up. I know you guys are space guys, but the Dragonborn Paladin has like some of the awesomest armor there, and then like he's got this armor piece. So sorry. So my plan really, I mean, I only got 2 spares, but you take the head off and then you can get like another helmet, and you just got a lot of like cool knights. But anyway, the other one that's cool is the druid, who's got like this thing, and then like the hood with the horns. So I got to try to just get a bunch of extras of them. Oh, and sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. This little baby dragon is freaking awesome. Look at that guy. This is probably my favorite Lego baby dragon. And it looks like just like it would be the baby of the big red dragon that's in the set.
I would imagine that if they made that in gray, Jeff would love to do like the cathedral dragon where they
put cool gargoyle.
And you can like wipe off the eyes, so it's like just statue. But anyway, so yesterday was the big releases were the Legend of Zelda, the Great Deku Tree, and then the Burrow was also released. Collector's edition, which they were telling me at my store that because it had 3 GWPs. You got like a polybag, there was the Borgin and Burke's flu powder thingy, and then some kind of little like Weasley clock or whatever. They told me that they like had a big line and they immediately sold out of the Burrows. And they had only 3 of the Zelda sets left in stock, and then the Nightmare Before Christmas releases tomorrow for insiders.
Where are you from, Atticus?
New Jersey.
Okay.
How about you, Steve? Where are you?
Wisconsin.
Gotcha.
Plus, there's also 2-time points on Harry Potter as well.
Yes.
Right now.
Yes.
Yeah. And for the record, Matticus, you're right. There's no castle guys here at all.
Oh, just you.
Yeah.
Just you. Well, usually I'm just used to you guys being guys. I was like, oops, wait a second.
Honestly, the Dungeons and Dragons characters aren't that enticing to me because I've never played.
Oh, I've never played
that night one for sure. Like the
night one's great.
Yeah.
No, I will say it. I've never played. I'm actually supposed to be playing my first game one night in Billund in a couple weeks. But I never played, but it's like they're all, if you're into like medieval fantasy. But Jeffrey, are you more like medieval historical? Like I know like your castle has more like the England kind of knights. Is that more where you're at, or?
I just like building castles, like trying to build a different looking castle than what's out there type thing. So
gotcha.
His bouncy castle is very medieval, authentic. It is.
It's yellow too, so it's awesome. And it will be working at Atlanta BrickCon this year.
Cool. Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Matticus, are you coming to Atlanta BrickCon?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I mean, that's far to. It's funny. I have Brick World Chicago planned now, but not Atlanta BrickCon because we all had to plan Brick World Chicago like in August.
Annoying. Out of principle, I haven't signed up for anything.
Oh my gosh.
And I can't justify doing it like a year in advance. That's it's crazy. Like they're already sold out. Like the hotel
is sold out.
The hotel is already sold out.
Yeah, I got my room. I was like, I'm just getting it because I don't know what days, but I have it, so I can finagle. But yeah, it's like crazy. Yeah, because last year I remember the hotel went on sale. I think November, December, and I was like, I thought that was early.
Yeah.
Also sold out. But are you? Steve, when do you guys get out of school? Because I know different parts, like in here we go until sometimes end of June. So
I've been out of school for quite a few years. I think my kids get out of school in May.
Yeah, okay. So that's usually probably easier for you than to do Chicago.
Yeah.
But there's just, I'm sure, administrative stuff and you know.
So I don't even know, like Aubrey Mocktour was telling me like they opened up reservations or whatever like during opening ceremonies at Slopes. which was pretty.
Oh, that's when it was. Yeah. Wow.
Pretty shady.
Slopes must have been like a mess then. Everybody trying to plan.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Whew. Crazy. So
part of me doesn't even want to go to Brick World. Like,
I keep hearing that from people.
Closest one to me.
It's too bad because it is such a good con, but you're right, it is starting to become challenging for a lot of reasons and a little overcrowded. But
a little?
I love it.
1,900 people last year?
Something like that.
Something like that. I know the year before, which was the last one I went to, was like 1,700.
Fell off more than that this year, probably.
Yeah.
Yep. So to answer long answer to your question, but yes, I will be going to Atlanta. Do we know, is the hotel on premises open yet or going to be open by then?
The hotel is open. We don't know if they've got a rate for it yet. So hopefully they will.
The room rates are still there's the hotel link in the website still gives you, I think, last year's room rates because 2 of the hotels that they have listed, the link doesn't work anymore. So I'm assuming they haven't updated that.
Is it expensive?
There's a Holiday Inn in the parking lot that I think is selling for 140 to 150 a night or something like that. So
it's actually not bad.
No, that's what I was thinking.
Of
course, as soon as I say USD, then it becomes a little more expensive for us. But you know.
Yeah.
But it's walkable. It's like a 5-minute walk across the parking lots. So.
And it's not super sweaty that time of year. So
yeah. So how about you guys also going to Atlanta?
Yeah.
I booked this week.
Yeah.
So.
Matt is letting me stay at his house, which is going to help a lot.
Cool.
So,
but he has to sort.
Yeah. I'm getting maybe like a little bit of a cut, but really,
Matt, can I just send you my Lego and then he can just everybody who needs sorting can just go to your house.
Bring it on.
And Steve, last year I got away with it sorting, just so you know.
All right. Well, it's my first. It's my first time, so
he'll tell you what he had to do. Never mind.
What do you mean? I ended up getting a boondoggle of Canadian Oreos from his sister, so you know, I got paid off in a different way. So.
But if I can get to Atlanta and not spend a ton of money, and I'm 50-50 right now on if I'm going to go to Brick World, that means that I might be able to afford going to Slopes next year, which is a hike for me, but I really want to go to Slopes.
I'm the same.
Slopes have you ever been to Slopes, Steve?
No.
Me neither.
I'm the same, but go ahead, Matt.
No, just I recommend it. I can't go to every show every summer, but I will go back to Slopes at some point.
I hear it's awesome, so someday.
I want to go to Slopes, but I'm actually planning a Denmark trip probably in May or September next year. So that's going to kill my budget pretty much for shows.
Are you going to do the insider thing, the whole kit?
No, I don't think so. Maybe I'll see if I can meet up with Boone and get like a mini tour of something. Maybe not. I don't know. Who knows?
His apartment.
Yeah. The front gate. This is as far as you could go.
Yeah. No more exclusive than that.
But yeah. So I'm yeah. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I want to do is someday get out to Seattle or Portland and see one of those Pacific Northwest shows and hang out with the captain, see if he can stay awake.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a couple of weeks.
They're always raving about Cascades, and I'm just like, I don't know, maybe someday. But always, they're saying Cascades is like the best show.
Cascades was fun because I went there in 2021, but I barely knew anybody. So it was a little bit, it was weird for me because we were just getting out of COVID. So I knew the few people from Old Gray Bricks chat and that, but it was a fun event. So I wish I'd known a few more people that were there. So
got you out there.
Well, Jake and we ventured to our closest Lego store for new set day, which meant we were on the road for 6 hours.
Wow.
To be at the Lego store for about 45 minutes. We rode up to Greenville, South Carolina as the closest store, which actually Greenville and Charlotte are equal distance from here down in Charleston, which is kind of cool. And Charleston has Charlotte has 2 Lego stores in it. So within if you look at the map, those stores are all close together. Nothing except for a really good bricks and minifigs down here, which we like. But we just wanted to go on an adventure, and we will not do it again. It was fine, except for the monsoon that we about had a wreck in on the way back home. But that's South Carolina for you. But Jake got a couple of figures, but I did get actually he got this guy, and I really want to get another copy because he has the red classic skeleton trans red is really cool.
That guy's really cool.
Yeah, he's a really great figure. By the way, this is my son's figure because now he has been trained by Bricks and Minifigs to not squeeze them down, to break them. Anyway,
is that considered break? Like if you press it flush, that's breaking.
Well, it will stress them and crack them. Valuable figures. It can.
It's an illegal technique.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, well, that if you go to buy figures and expensive figures and stuff like that, and they're cracked like that, they're worthless. Is your Amidala cracked?
Shows how much I care. Look, I want my figure to look cool on my display stand. It'll be fine.
Well, I know there's some aftermarket product that actually has a little rubbery band thing that you can stick in there, and it'll protect it from squeezing down that much. So,
to me, that's like the Lego equivalent of like grandmas who keep plastic over the couch. Like, like you're not. What's the point? You're not using it. You're not enjoying it to its fullest potential.
It's true.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
You said Greenville. There's one in North Carolina and one in South Carolina. That's confusing.
Yes, it is.
Which one did you go to?
South Carolina.
There's a Greenville in Wisconsin also.
And
anyway.
Greenville, South Carolina store, you could fit 2 of those in the Charlotte store.
Yes, it was I was going to say. Now, it was busy. I'm not sure if it was busy because it was busy or 3 people in that store make it look busy. No, they were super busy. Great people. They were really nice there and all that kind of stuff. But I perused the pick a break. There was some normal stuff there. I didn't get anything. We just got some figures, walked around, and we had an adventure. We had cheesesteaks. It was a good day for us to be out. But anyway, so I got the Mind Flayer because he's very cool.
It's awesome.
It's a great figure. The little brain guy that can fit on the top of any big head. I super like this guy, the Eagle guy. So I'm thinking of using him to make like a Chima Ronin like thing where he's the last Chima left or whatever or something like that. So that would be kind of fun. Jake and I have always talked about a post-apocalyptic Chima thing, but I got these from the Build a Minifig. Ooh. They are dark blue. They had dark blue legs. They had these dark blue helmets as well. And I really like these. These kind of remind me of some like 90s figures, faces there and everything. So
is it just me or are their torso logos way too high?
That you mentioned that they do seem a little high.
Coincidentally, you know why those came out?
Why?
Because the scientist dude, like the older dude from Dreams, he had that robe on, or he had the smock on with the Classic Space logo under.
Yep.
That's his torso.
Yep.
I realized that last night.
Yeah.
He had another one where he's wearing like a sweater, and then he's got the lab coat over the sweater. And I really want them to do that. It's got the Classic Space logo on the sweater, and then he's got a lab coat. And I'm like, that'd be a really cool like scientist, space scientist.
All right.
Or so.
Let's test Jeff's theory. Is it?
Oh, maybe not.
No,
I guess not. I don't know. It just looks higher than what I'm used to seeing.
Maybe probably goes lower.
Probably because the helmet. Yeah. Hang on. Just the helmet up just a hair. So how's that, Steve?
They look identical to me. I mean, besides the color.
Well, we don't measure. We measure in imperial, so we don't have a measurement as small as a millimeter to tell. So,
64th of an inch.
Anyway, yes.
No, I agree. You're right. Because I got a red one here, and it's pretty high up on the torso too.
Yep.
For reference.
He's got like a whole platter of them.
I've got
this one right here.
Oh wow. That's like the equivalent of the kids who do like the clone army building. Like I've seen Dom has 501st clones like that.
For the record, there's another bunch of them up there.
Oh my!
But not classic space. Like, because all my space guys are on these, but and I've got custom ones as well. Like one of my favorites are this clear torso.
It almost looks like a book in your hand that if you fold it up, they would be like,
yeah, pretty much. Okay, get rid of you. I like this. This is the Brick Sticker Shop stickers because they took the red guys sticker and they originally sold them as red ones, and I sent them a request to do them in clear, so they did. So now, you can basically do every color in those.
Nice.
Which I thought was pretty cool. So anyway, I'm done flexing now.
Such a flag.
Tired. My arm's tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden, as he's sitting there, this magical castle is appearing behind him slowly, and then he flexes the space figures, So.
Well, the castle's here to work on. I'm doing really well on that.
Yeah, it wasn't there before. The table was white.
That's right.
I was also trying to see if it's 4x2 48 base plates, so it's a good size. Those are the IKEA tables, the larger ones, which are really nice for that.
Matt is filling his bedpan right now.
That's awesome.
Good thing he's
Here's
muted.
an idea of what you can. I think it looks really good with that helmet.
Yeah.
I think these are still on Pick-a-Brick. I wanted to find a different shield because I was like, oh, I don't know, I want to be different and not use the one they give me, but I can't find one that looks good that is easy to get multiples of. And I mean, this one already is included with the figure, but I did think, let's say we gave him a green plume, it might actually look really good with that elf shield. But you don't want to armor build these elf shields. That's, you don't want to track down too many of them today. That'd be expensive.
Thank you, Maticus, for giving me a reason to buy as many of those dragon plates as possible.
And I don't mind. I would say we'd be competing, but we're in slightly different markets of where we're going to be looking for them. So they're highly stocked, though. By the way, my stores, they said that they had like 5 cases out on the floor and 7 in the back, and I've heard other people saying at stores they had tons and tons of stock.
Dana was saying he had gone in the morning to get some, and by the time he got back, because he scanned one wrong or whatever, and he was saying they were like more than halfway through their cases, and they were afraid they weren't going to make it till the end of the day with what they had.
Crazy.
Now, Maticus, could you flex your land muscle and like get Lego to send you a bunch of those shields? For like
that's very far from something I could flex my land muscle with. I don't even know if I really should say this. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I do the Pick-a-Brick program where I built my Animal Crossing island using almost parts that were almost entirely parts that were supplied to enhance my sets. But one of the little stipulations in that program was no army building. So they don't want to I don't know if it's that they don't want to encourage army building, which is interesting because you would think that would just mean people buying stuff, but they don't want to allow us to use land to build armies, which I guess.
So what's Shy going to do?
Right. I guess that they don't want that to be like people to then see, oh, if I get in land, I can build an army. And then that becomes the motivation for becoming an ambassador. I think some people already do see it as like, oh, that's how I get free Lego. And it's like, well, that's not free. You're paying with time and work.
And then you run out of a house to live in.
Right. You pay in other ways. But yeah, so no, that's a good question. But yeah, so the thing is, yeah, you're right. It would be easy because if I were to buy a whole bunch of these guys for an army, the shield is already included. So, all you got to do is get like the helmets and whatever heads you want to use. And then if you want different weapons.
Yep. That's a cool figure. I regret not picking it. In fact, I got in the car and we were, on our way home, and I'm like, man, I should have got the dragon guy. And Jake was like, yeah, we should have got the dragon guy. So we were not turning around.
No, you don't want to do that.
But I will say that my Bricks and Minifigs down here has them, and I'm sure all the Walmarts and everything will be rolling them out and everything.
Yeah.
So, it's all good.
Walmart's been a pretty reliable place to get CMFs.
There's a grocery store Walmart near us, but it has the old school little sleeve of toys in it, like a phone booth size little part of the shelves. Anyway, and they have the space minifigures, and I'm going by every time I go to get groceries. I'm like, are they $2 yet? Because I want to pick up the rest of them, but I don't want to pay the $5. So.
Our Walmarts were really late in getting them this year for the last ones, for the space ones.
Oh.
But I was lucky. I go to my grocery store every couple of days just because I like getting fresh salads and stuff. And my grocery store has a small toy section, and I would walk by like when the try to think when the goat ones, the Series 25, I guess, came out. I walked by and there was a fresh box there, hadn't even been touched, so I just grabbed the 3 boxes. I knew exactly where they were. Continued on my way. Came back the next day or the next time, and a few were missing. There was a few opened. We apparently had a few stolen from that store. Came back about a week or 2 later, and there was another box there that looks like it was freshly opened. So I don't know that I grabbed those goats because I already have about 10 of them now. So I was good with that.
That's really good.
I don't know. They can't just put like a clear window in the box or something, or label it or something.
Well, it seems weird. It should be common knowledge that you can scan the things with the things. I mean, there's plenty of things to do it with. But I guess maybe, some kids don't know anyway. But I had already seen people, cracking boxes already with pictures of the Dungeons and Dragons thing and everything. So it's amazing. I mean, I'm actually happy that Lego put the cheat code on the bottom. It has helped me instead of just to get what I want.
Yeah.
I think there's not a bum figure in this lot. So I think it would go well. So anyway. Yes, you need to go get that right now. Go get that.
Peter, what about the UCS Burrow? I know she's a Potter fan too. That could be a very expensive holiday season at your house.
So Matt, can you say, because I guess it's out, do you have the Nightmare set?
I do. Yes. That one I did receive as a review offer. And yeah, that's out. It's out tomorrow, but I was able to publish my review, I think, a few weeks ago now. Yes. What would you like to know? Any questions?
Well, I'm going to admit now that I haven't watched your review. How was it?
That's okay. I don't expect. I get that all the time with like other friends, and I'm like, I don't see pretty much anybody's content because I'm too busy doing my own stuff. It's great. I love it. Honestly, a lot of fun. Really, looks good on a shelf. It's one of those sets that it does have some complex, not complex, but like techniques that you'll like recognize as like an AFOL mock builder where you're like, ooh, this is how I might have done something like this at one point. But then it has other more like accessible techniques for like the people who are like, this is, my very first Lego set. Just love Nightmare Before Christmas and want to have that for a shelf. But yeah, minifigures are cool. I do wish that Lock, Shock, and Barrel were a little bit more detailed. They're kind of basic. But the Jack has the new long legs. The little Zero mold is incredible. Like I don't know how they just nailed it. But yeah, he's super awesome. I'm gonna turn the camera because I think my dad's coming downstairs. But yeah, it's a great set. Honestly, if you like Nightmare, I recommend it.
The funny thing is, your dad's probably close to our age, right? He's.
I think he's older than you guys.
We won't try. We won't find out.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna play that game.
No, I'll say definitely. Yeah, no,
Okay,
yeah, definitely. But
good deal.
No, that's okay. He pops.
One of the things about being in the hospital is like you are asked multiple times a day, "What is your name and birthday?" So like again and again, I've had 3 people say like, "You don't look that old," and I'm like, "Thank you." But I am.
That's good. It's validating.
What's that?
It's validating to hear that. Like to hear that you're not.
We spend all of our days in the basement with no sun, so
all those hours I didn't work out. I mean, I feel very validated.
I'll hold up now. I made another one just so you guys can see with just without the armor, and I put those different shoulder pieces. I don't know if I like the head and hair combo. He maybe looks.
You got to put Captain America's shield on him if you're going to use Cap's face.
I know. I was like, I'm not sure if I wanted to give him the other one that I did.
I mean, it's Matt Mellish with you got Matt Mellish right there. I don't know if that's what you wanted for, but that's who you have.
Wait, what?
You have Mellish there.
Oh, the hair?
Yeah, it looks just like Matt Mellish to me. So
it does. I mean, he does kind of look like Mellish. I kind of like him too with like the elf. That's the elf bard. But I was like, if we're not just going to use pieces from the series, but kind of looks cool. I like that facial expression. He's just kind of like look at me, I'm a paladin. You
Do you
know,
have Homer Simpson? I think it would look good with Homer Simpson.
oh, it look great, perfect. We'll put Homer Simpson on him. He'll be a great knight of the realm.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to.
No, I don't think we're gonna stick with Relish, but anyway. Ooh, that's actually pretty cool.
One set that I'm interested in getting for Christmas, hopefully, is that new Batmobile. The new one.
That one's very good. Very good set.
I don't really get excited for sets anymore, but that one got a little tingly.
When does the Christmas season Star Wars? Is that usually October 1st? Because I couldn't remember if it was. They usually put out like a second big UCS ship either in September or October. But I can't remember.
I'd assume October because it's September already.
Right. Well, I was wondering. It was like maybe we're not going to get a big one this year. But money.
Do you know what the last one that came out this time of the year? I can look at what the release date was.
They don't have the internet in the hospital. So.
Well, I'm asking if you can recall because you own it.
I don't.
Okay.
I just go the first day, get the GWP.
Oh wow. Actually, that's something I'm going to pick up. So Walmart I'm just looking at the Brick Fan real quick. Walmart has a gift pack of the new Batmobile, or the '89 Batmobile and Batwing together for $50, which is the Batmobile itself was $48.
The blue one?
No. This is the movie.
Here, these two.
Oh,
Screen sharing the cheap way.
Yes. That's actually worth it. That's that. I can have that every Wednesday. There we go.
Costco had the Groot and the Hall of Armor set, and basically it was the same price as I think Groot by itself or something. So,
Chris, sorry, it also comes with the little the polybag Batman too.
Oh wow!
If you scroll down, there's a picture of the back with the 3 sets.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I paid $15 for one of those at Atlanta BrickCon, and then went on my way back because I didn't find them at any stores on my way to Atlanta BrickCon, and on my way back I found 2 Targets where they were selling them for like $5 a pop. I'm like, really?
Did you apologize to the one that or anything? Did you tell your wallet sorry?
No. No.
No, that's not funny. No,
that's not funny. No,
it's not. I'm torn with the Batmobile because I have most of the large scale or that scale car, and I know like the Ghostbusters Ecto 1 is one I don't have. I don't have the Batmobile. I do have the DeLorean, but I'm realizing that those two are really long models and they're not going to fit on my shelf anyhow. So it's like, do I really need them? No. Do I really want them? Meh, But I might pass on these ones and go for the Lamborghini. I definitely will be getting that scale Lamborghini, but the windshields look pretty interesting though.
Yes, I want the windshields. So,
and they're not printed, so that means they might make it onto Bricks and Pieces.
That would be good.
It doesn't look like there's anything on them. So
the new Batmobile.
Yeah.
Is it? Are the front and the back? Are they individual and different shapes? Is that what it looks like?
I looking at the pictures from the brick set. The front one looks to be smaller. It looks like the back ones are a little longer, but I can't tell. They are individuals, though.
That's good.
So you get 2 of each, or 4 of the same, depending on if the picture's skewed.
When I was a kid, I would videotape. Remember videotape? Well, you guys know what videotape. Manicus probably doesn't know.
I do. I did play cassettes. I had many tapes that were totally eaten by my VCR. That the trauma from that. So.
My parents actually had a Betamax, and I would videotape Batman, the '60s Batman from Nickelodeon, and I'd watch them all. Those are the days. So I'm totally. The '60s Batman might be my favorite Batman.
When I was like, I don't know,
not West, but the show.
Oh, okay. When I was 9 or 10, I would come home and they had like the old '60s Batman, the first Star Trek series. And they would just play them, and they had Max Smart, Get Smart with Max Smart or something. And I would just sit there and watch because they were so much fun. I mean, as a kid, I got most of the stuff, and it being like the '60s, it was very like PG.
Yeah. Keaton's my favorite Batman. but
Keaton's
like,
awesome.
as a whole, I think I like the '60s Batman the best. It's like it's a ridiculous show. It really was.
Mm-hmm. I've seen a couple episodes.
Hand me the shark repellent.
You know, when I was a kid, you know, 66 Batman was the coolest thing ever, right? That was the cool show in the afternoon and all that kind of stuff and everything. But yeah, it is a little cringy to watch it now and everything, but it's still cool. That Batmobile is pretty neat. So
I just thought it was funny. Like Cesar Romero refused to shave his mustache. You're painting over that thing. I don't care. I'm not shaving it.
And the best part is the Lego version of him has the little hash marks there for his covered up mustache, which is great. So,
yeah, I think one of the things I liked about the '60s Batman was the bam pow things that would pop. You know, when they do the physical fighting, because it kind of gave you that comic book feel with live action. So it felt almost like, you know, now we're so, you know, jaded, you know, because they can mix cartoon characters with human actors, but like that was fun. And you know, as a pretty young child, you know how to read all those words, right? So it's like there's so many things like that are over your head, you don't fully understand, but you can understand all of the text.
Like they even like tilted the screen at an angle.
Guys, do you know that the first couple of episodes, the movie, the TV movie thing, when they did the bam and the crash, it was, you know, like a transparent JPEG. You know, it was just on the screen. It didn't flash the screen, and it was too expensive of a process for them to do in old TV. So that's why they just switched to, you know, just clipping in the bam and the pow, the full screen and everything. So that's how low tech it was back in those days. Wow. So.
And the theme music was just great. I mean, it came on. You were like, the other one that they had syndicated reruns was the Lone Ranger, which is not very PC today. But you'd hear that music, you'd be like, "Oh, it's the Lone Ranger! Oh, it's Batman! This is gonna be fun!" You know, it just got you like excited about it. So,
like when I was a little kid, it blew my mind when I found out that they actually tilted the screen sideways when they were climbing the buildings. Like So when it like clicked on me, I'm like, oh my gosh, they tilted the screen. Like, yeah.
The guest stars in those days were fun too. Like Dick Clark sticks his head out the door and they're talking to him and everything. So, oh look, Aubrey's here. Hello.
Hi, Aubrey.
She's late. It is. We're talking about things made before the 70s, apparently. So
made before Nauticus.
I'm just sitting here smiling and be like, oh, I can't really. I like this better. I like this better than the guy that kind of looked like Matt Mellish.
Well, I don't think any of us were made before the '60s, were we? Or the '70s?
I was made 71, so
75 here, so
made, but
70.
We're good.
I was almost a '60s baby, but not quite. Maticus, that hair looks like a red version of the Prince Valiant. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I do, like the comic Prince Valiant. Yeah, I could see that. He is a little Valiant looking.
Looks like Daryl Dixon.
Yeah, the head is it's what's his name? It's Professor Lupin from Harry Potter. He's got the scar. I immediately thought like Sean Bean. I was like, this is a little bit like Ned Stark there, but or Boromir.
Yeah, don't put Sean Bean in there. He's gonna die in whatever you put together. So
there's gonna be a lot of guys in this army. Some are expendable. I don't know. Like
those are the red shirts in the medieval era.
You should have an army and they're being attacked and everyone has a Sean Bean head on it is dead. He's all of them are laying down dead.
Actually, a really funny build. Yeah, you just have to get a lot of Boromirs and then every Sean Bean is just lying there.
All the redheads are dead.
I mean, in a perfect world, you'd pick a character where we have like an infinite supply on Bricklink, or you could do Chris Pratt, who's been the head on a whole bunch of characters. Like all the Chris Pratts are lying, you know.
Oh, we've got lots of, and then we could even throw Mario in there, a little bit of Emmett, you know, because we got a lot of Chris Pratts in Lego.
A lot of them. Yeah. There was a good piece, maybe it was in Brick Nerd, which was like what actors' likeness has been made in the most characters. Obviously, Star Wars has had a ton of remakes. So
yeah, I remember seeing that. That was a good article because they broke it down too. It wasn't just like how many copies of the same character, but who has the most characters. I forget who they said. I forget who it was that had the most Lego characters. But
Samuel.
Was it Chris Pratt?
was it Chris Pratt?
I think it was because
I think so.
I mean, it's like Marvel, like the Star Wars. He's been in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt was in Star Wars.
Sorry, Marvel is what I meant to say. No, not Star Wars. Sorry. For a second there, I thought I said Disney, and then I said no, Marvel. My brain's gone.
Yeah, Jurassic World. Yeah,
Jurassic World, and I mean technically
Lego Movie.
Yeah, Lego Movie. I mean, it's not really him, obviously, but
no, but it's close enough.
Yeah.
In my mock, I have Star-Lord and Emmett drinking together in
That's fun.
Central Park.
I love stuff like that.
So, which actually transitions into, some of the first production stuff came out for the Pharrell biopic that's being done in Lego. And they mentioned some of the other Hollywood entertainment type characters going to appear in the movie. And I don't own any Pharrell's music. I mean, I like the stuff that I've heard. I'm absolutely going to go watch that movie because I'm just curious to see like how they do it all with Lego. And I'm assuming there's going to be some sets that come out. And if they make some of the other pop culture, Snoop Dogg appears in the movie. They make a Snoop Dogg
awesome.
minifigure.
All I want is a Snoop Dogg minifigure, please.
Snoop Dogg Army. Snoop Dogg Army.
Snoop Dogg Army. One of my nights, it'll just be Snoop Dogg, just on the front lines. That'd be awesome.
Bizzle. Call it Bizzle Pizzle, like a battle pack, but it's a Bizzle Pizzle.
I'm gonna guess that if Snoop Dogg is in a set, that he'll be the most sought after figure in that set.
Yeah.
All the other characters.
Yeah, when that retires, he's gonna be a very valuable minifig. I don't know. CMF line. Do a CMF line, and then you can get all of them. That'd be really cool.
I can already see it. The next CMF's all gonna be hip hop, R&B figures.
That'd be cool.
The gangsta line. The parents will be like, no, you can't have that figure.
Well,
till you're older.
We're the parents now, so the parents might be all right with it.
Parents will want the figures. Yeah, this is going to be a collection of CMF line for the parents.
Mom, why does the Snoop Dogg come with leaves? I don't know.
The Chronic pack, you got like.
One of my favorite comments in the Olympics is when Snoop Dogg was going on these events and posing with different,
badminton.
And somebody said that their mom said, "Oh, it's really cute, the Snoop Dogg's," and they were like, "Mom, you made me throw out his CD."
Oh, that's awesome. All right, guys. Well, we have gone past an hour. We've had a great conversation. A lot of folks over in the chat. And Atticus, always you're welcome to join us. We're
I always love joining.
Happy that you came by. Thank y'all for being here today. Be awesome and build awesome and be kind to your neighbor. Good night, everybody.